Hello, hello. Welcome to Yes No Markets. My name is Big Rob. We got a couple other people here in studio. I got Brennan here to my left, or probably your right if you're watching. And also we got David over there in the producer chair.
I am the
of
little
analytics.
voice in your head that tells you to bet yes or no. Don't question me.
The voice of God over here and coming through the speakers. All right, so welcome to the show. We give you alpha on Polymarket and also Kalshi and some of the best pickups, some of the best values, best bets. We're gonna talk sports today. We're gonna talk about Logan Paul's Illustrator card, which is on auction. A lot of volume pouring in on Logan Paul's expected price sale on that. Also got Super Bowl champions 2026. And we're going to talk a little bit about the playoffs today. Brennan's going to steer that one. And welcome to the show. So I want to start off with some sports. I know, Brennan, you're really excited about this playoffs this coming weekend.
Yep.
Let's start off with the zoomed out picture first. I wanted to bring up the Super Bowl champions 2026. Last week we were doing the show. We were talking about Seattle being a 22% favorite, almost a 2x jump on percentages. So you know what? They not only came out and won, but they won so convincingly that they went from a 22% favorite to a 39% favorite.
Yeah.
So big move, very convincing win. Also, they went against a hobbled 49ers plagued with injuries. So I think maybe you might have seen a little bit of a overvaluation on Seattle. I think a lot of people were just overhyped because of the win. Maybe you take into effect that 49ers were damaged.
Yeah.
Do you think this 40% favorite makes sense? You find value there on the Super Bowl odds, or do you think you're better off with the Rams? Now, the Rams have historically been the favorites going into the playoffs, and well, now they've been Seahawks taking their spot. So, what do you think about the Super Bowl odds?
Yeah. The Seahawks are a really good team. Their defense is phenomenal. Their quarterback has had a turnover issue all year, and it actually hasn't turned it over at all in the playoffs. Obviously, they only played one game, but he played a really phenomenal game. And Rashid Shaheed and everybody else on the Seahawks roster had a phenomenal game. But I think that the Rams all year have been the Seahawks' kryptonite. Their first game, the Rams obviously convincingly won, but the second game was really close, and the Seahawks ended up pulling it out. And Sean McVay, I think, has the Seahawks number. So I think ultimately, if the Rams are gonna end up beating the Seahawks, it's gonna be because of just a crazy offensive game, and they're gonna have to beat the Seahawks defense. I have no reason to think that it won't be a complete shootout. I think that the jump up there was obviously a little bit premature because of the team that the Seahawks actually played. I mean, yes, it was a very convincing win, much different than the Broncos and Bills game. But I think that the Rams and Seahawks are going to be a lot closer than the percentage says that they will be.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty close as far as their game coming up. So when I look at the odds for Super Bowl, you're looking at, and so we have an obvious mismatch here. So taking a look, Super Bowl champions, you got a 27% chance on Los Angeles Rams, right? But you have a 40% chance of winning, or you're buying at 38 cents versus 27 cents. So you got a giant gap there. But if you do go and look at the game view for or this weekend's expected match between the Rams and Seahawks, it's a lot closer. So the Rams are 43 cents, while you got 57 cents or 58 cents on Seahawks. For me, I know we talked about this yesterday. I think the play is, if you are a fan of the Rams, what I would recommend doing is not picking up the Rams here money line at 43 cents. I think the play I would take here would be picking up the Rams at 27%, and then selling this after a win, right? Not waiting it out to the Super Bowl. And I think you'll get a better return there.
Guys, real quick.
Yeah, what you got, bro?
Tell me, someone showed me this, and I couldn't get out of this. Tell me Sean McVay does not look like a white Cash Patel, the FBI director?
Dude.
So my question is, would it be Sean Patel or Cash McVay? Thank you.
Ooh, I don't know.
Obviously, you found an AI photo there, but
Well, obviously, yes.
Dude, that's funny.
My play last week was playing was the Niners and then hedging against them, but that obviously didn't work out. They got destroyed.
yeah, the Niners.
I'll do the overhit though, yeah.
Oh,
the
yes.
overhit, yeah.
Yes.
That was my pick last week on the over under.
You guys like the over under on this Rams Seahawks? It sounded like you were going over on that.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what is the over? Where's
I was trying to find it here. Where's my David, you seeing the over on the game? I'm not seeing it here.
Give me 1 second. You should be able to click on. Let me pull up a Polymarket tab here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're talking sports.
Yeah, the Rams Seahawks. Normally it populates here underneath, but I'm not seeing it underneath. I probably open up a different window than I normally do. But anyways, while we look up the over-unders on that, what do you think about this Patriots-Broncos game coming up this weekend as well? This one, Broncos obviously would have been a pretty close 50-50 toss-up on this.
That was a loss of Bo Nix,
but they lost Bo Nix.
Yeah.
On the last play, the kneel down. I mean,
Yeah, that was.
I saw a percentage on that. They said that they increased the chance of making the field goal by 0.001% by centering it. And if they wouldn't have centered it, and so I mean, I guess what's the chances of getting injured on a kneel down as well?
Yeah.
I mean,
So
probably
allegedly, the play was not the kneel down. Allegedly, it was the run to the left after the first pass interference call.
Oh, it wasn't the kneel down?
No,
I was duped.
allegedly it was the. I mean, Sean Payton said on the second to last play of the game, right? And so if it was considering the field goal and the kneel down as the second to last, the kneel down being the second to last play, then I'm wrong. But if they're saying the second to last play from the time of the kneel down to prior to that, it would be the run to the left, which was a terrible play call by Sean Payton, and he was trying to do that all game. I mean, it was a very frustrating thing for any Broncos fans or anything like that. But I think the Broncos are going to win. Drake May in the playoffs this year has had a very bad turnover issue. He's had 6 fumbles in his 2 games in the playoffs, and he's lost 3 of them. And then he threw a pick last game. I mean, he had 3 touchdowns, whoop-de-doo, but C.J. Stroud had a 21.1 QBR. You have a 35 QBR if you throw the ball into the ground every single play. That's how bad C.J. Stroud played. And so to throw 4 interceptions from C.J. Stroud in the first half, the Patriots defense did everything for Drake May. The Broncos defense is arguably better than the Houston Texans defense. And it's been all year the narrative that they've carried Bo Nix. So regardless of that, I would be scared to bet on Drake May in this playoffs personally. Obviously, it's a great team. Their coach has done a great job with them. But the Broncos with Jarrett Stidham, I think, can beat them. Sean Payton is going to close the playbook up. It's going to be a lot of screens, runs. They're going to be trying to do what the Seahawks do, right? Sam Darnold has had a turnover issue all year. So they run the ball, throw a quick hitch, and they get the first down. And then they score. And their defense does a lot for them as well. Rashid Shaheed as well, kick returns. I mean, he's phenomenal. So for the Broncos, I think that this game is theirs to win. I don't think that the Patriots, obviously the market's against them with the loss of Bo Nix, which is crazy because of the way that everybody talks about how Bo Nix has played. But I think that personally, the Broncos will win this game against Drake May.
There's a running, advantage here. The last 5 times Broncos and Patriots have played, the home team has won every single time. 86, 2005, 2011, 2013, 2015.
Yeah, and the Broncos are at home this week.
I hear you guys. I just you lose a quarterback. I don't know, dude. I just
Here's my question, Rob. The Niners lost. I mean, I know it's not a quarterback, but they lost George Kittle, and you were still thinking the Niners could pull it off.
yeah. You're talking about a position player that can ultimately isn't even on the field every game, right? And now you have the leader of the team that is handling the football on every single snap. He is out. The leader, the play caller, the person that comes to the line, does the audibles. Somebody that was in training camp and also in the preseason and then in the regular season, ultimately has been there for 8-9 months, running every single play essentially. And so that is gone. The nucleus, the core of the offense is gone, and the play caller is gone. And whether or not he was the most star athlete and as far as QB roster, sure. I mean, but still, it's such a hole to fill in 1 week,
Right.
And so. I think the price is reflected in that. Now, is there more to the team? Is there always a similar Cinderella stories historically with a QB going out? I mean,
Nick Foles, the Eagles.
yeah, and the Eagles. Not
Yeah,
too
but
long.
Foles had 4 weeks before the playoffs started.
You're right. Yeah, that's correct. But you have to think about it like this. If you just, okay, so this is how I thought about it. When you hear Sean Payton talk about Jarrett Stidham in the press conference compared to how you heard, I don't know if it was Sirianni still back then, but the way that the Eagles coach spoke of Nick Foles prior to the game, he wasn't confident. He was like, okay, we have to do a lot to get ready. The way that Sean Payton spoke about Jarrett Stidham, even giving him a nickname, calling him Stiddy in the press conferences about how confident he was and how he talked about how he thinks he has 2 starting quarterbacks.
Hype him up, man. He gonna hype him up.
You have no idea, though.
It's like dad talking about his kid going to work. Be like, yeah, man, he's best, bro. It's his first job. He like hyping him up as that first Starbucks barista position. It's just like, dude's gonna mess up. He's gonna be nervous.
Obviously we'll see. But the Broncos defense is also.
I actually
phenomenal.
like the value. I think 69 cents. I would take this all day. I don't know, man.
So, Rob, you're going.
There's the Patriots way.
You're going Pat's money line.
What's that?
You're going Pat's money line.
Yeah.
Brendan, you're going Broncos.
Broncos, 100%.
And then
I gotta go Broncos, man. I don't know. I just believe in Sean Payton. I don't
know. You got the Patriots wave, Vrabel. Like, I don't know, man. They've looked like the Patriots of the past.
Yeah.
You also have Drake. Drake is also third in the league for touchdowns with 31 touchdowns. He's thrown over 4,000 yards.
And so has Bo Nix, but he's not playing. So.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Is that it was 2 elite quarterbacks and one is out.
In Drake May's 2 playoff games this year, it's been any under that has been bet has been made in Drake May's 2 playoff games, as well as the fact that he's turned the ball over.
That's his second year. I mean, he's not
second year, but he's in the playoffs.
If you remember Brady in his first couple years, he looked mediocre, right?
Right.
But he was still the engineer and the playmaker, the one that ultimately made the right decisions, put it up when he needed to get them, to win Super Bowls.
Right.
And it seems very reminiscent looking now at a year 2 Drake with the Patriots. I don't know.
Also the Broncos have the best pass rush in the league. They led the league with the most sacks in the league by, I think, 20 or 15 or something like that.
Yeah.
And so Drake May is not a mover. He's I'm going to sit in the pocket and I'm going to stay in here until I can throw the ball. Right. And that Broncos defense, Nick Bonito, Jonathan Cooper, all those guys, they're going to get home. And with the amount of times that Drake May has fumbled just from, a similar pass rush, right? The Texans with Will Anderson and Azeez Al-Shaair and all those guys, right? He fumbled the ball 3 times and lost the ball twice last game. So if I'm a Patriots fan, I'm a little bit scared of that Broncos defense, that Broncos pass rush, just because of what I've seen from Drake May. As good as he is.
How many turnovers were in that last game?
Dude, so many.
Was,
CJ Stroud threw 4 picks.
It was also snowing, so we'll take that into consideration. Yeah, every time I turned away, I'm telling you, every time I got off of my couch, I'd heard it's like no fumble, interception. I was like, Jesus, man.
Yeah,
And
dude.
so if you turn your head for 1 minute, you would have missed out on the
Guys,
turnover.
take a look at this real quick. Okay, so we're talking about how good defense is. Okay, so defensive yards average per game, right? Broncos were number 2, Pats were number 8. Look at the playoff average. Broncos are the worst. Patriots are second best, right? Giving up 224 yards per game. Broncos haven't given up 450 yards. I know it was one game.
Yeah.
But the trend is clear. The Patriots defense, at least over the last weekend, their defense looks better with a brand new quarterback who's not Bo Nix. I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
This is and then the thing that I say about the defense of the Broncos, they forced Josh Allen into 5 turnovers, who is considered the best quarterback in the league. He won MVP last year. They forced him into 5 turnovers. He threw 2 picks and fumbled twice, and they got the ball back twice on both of those fumbles. So what I say is Sean Payton's play calling forced them to have more yards put up on them, as well as the fact that they went in to overtime. And then their defense sealed the game with a Jaquan McMillan pick. So it just depends on how you look at it.
It's going to be a good game. Yeah. Honestly, I Rob, what were the odds, and then we'll move on, of the Broncos? Was there a money line or a spread? I think it was 2.5, right?
The spread. Let's see. Let's see what the spread is here. So
5.5? No.
5. Yeah. 5.5 here on the spread for Broncos.
I kind of like that at home. If you're not going to go money line, take the 5.5 points, man.
Quarterback's gone, bro. That's the reason.
You think the Pats win by more than a 10?
Gotta believe in Stiddy. You gotta believe in him.
I don't know if I believe in him, but
I think if the Patriots win, it'll be a convincing win. I think if it's an upset, it's close.
okay. Yeah.
All right. See.
Beautiful.
So
I wanted to move this on to.
I got a couple.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, real quick, my last thing is, if you're going to take Denver, kind of the same mentality, at 7.5 cents here to win the Super Bowl. I think this jumps up tremendously. Will it
with a win?
Yeah, with a win. Will it get to 40%? I think it will. So I think the value there, if you're a fan of Denver, pick this up. I think you'll get 40% return on this.
Could drop it right before the thing.
Yeah, I think you can pick this up for 7, pick it and then sell it at 40%, at 40 cents, and I think you'll have a better return than versus.
That almost sounds like a better play than just betting the game.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was getting at. Yeah, that'd be my move. Now, I want so here on the thumbnail, kind of our one of our topics came in was a Greenland. This is all over the place. Will Trump and the United States acquire Greenland? It's an interesting word there, acquire. I mean, I guess you could include invasion there. I don't really think that's on the table. Same time, there's been a lot of loose threats out there. This is something that when this first came out, it was almost like laughable, right? You could have picked this up at 6-7 cents for quite some time at the beginning of the month. 2 weeks later, we're at 20 cents, right? Currently, you can pick it up 20 cents. It was at 19 cents earlier this morning and last night. So very interesting. This is a big move. If you look where we were at 4 days ago, we were at 17 cents. And then a week ago, we were about 17 cents up until the 5th of January. Things started to really escalate. We saw that Greenland was consulting with Denmark to potentially come to the negotiation table, right? Although recently in the last couple days, Greenland has come out. There's been a lot of, I don't know if it's protest or march, or there's a lot of people in Greenland out here voicing their opinion that they don't want to be acquired by the U.S.
You say a lot. They got like 20 people that live there.
No, well, that's what I'm saying. All 20 people pulled up. So what was it? A protest of Greenland. Yeah, man, it was it was a rally here.
How many people live in Greenland? I'm looking it up.
Yeah, pro Greenland.
Like 80,000.
Look at this, man. That's 90% of the population right here, bro. Honestly, the population of Greenland is at 50,000 people, and they had quite a large crowd show up.
Just shy of 57,000.
Yeah, this is the crowd here. I mean, I'm kind of joking, but I'm really not. I mean, it's kind of like, it's kind of real, but it's kind of a joke. I mean, that's got to be like 10% of the population, right? It's like 5,000 people.
Nude that nuke.
So yeah, I mean that's like 5% of the population there at least. Okay, so
It was there.
The people that live there, the Greenlanders, they don't want it. I mean, it seems that way. Although the U.S. has come out, Trump has said, "Hey, we'd give I think it was like $50,000 or $10,000."
No, I think it was 100K. 50 to 100K a person.
50 to 100K. You got to figure if you're in Greenland, you're like, "Hey, man, you know what?
Sounds like a lot."
$50 to $100,000 for the U.S. come up in here. So now on other pieces of information here, if you're trying to figure out what way to go, you got 20 cents. I don't know if it's that strong. There's been a lot of doubt thrown out here recently. Trump got on a phone call with Macron, the French president, and Macron said here, I don't understand what you're doing. As to Trump came back and said, there's no going back. He's jumped. There's no going back, bro.
You know why? Trump is butthurt he didn't win the Nobel Peace Prize. And in case you didn't know, Denmark is the country that issues it. Or during the Nobel Peace, whatever is in
That's
Denmark.
reach. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, but I
No. That was literally in his letter he sent to the Prime Minister of Denmark.
I know. I think ultimately this all boils down to oil. So they have 28 of the 35 rare earth metals that are sought after for electronics. They have one of the largest oil reserves, and currently Greenland has a Green Deal. So they do not allow oil drilling in their country. So there's no oil coming out of Greenland
Yet.
They're a rare earth metal, like hot spot. They have a ton there. They're not mining it out. Most of the rare earth metals are coming from China. And so that's, in my opinion, why the U.S. wants it. There's also, the paths of the shipping routes that go through the Arctic, they go around Greenland, and then also one last thing, this is also a defensive position, and so from a defending yourself, Greenland lies in what is the arc of nuclear weapons that get launched from Russia. So if a Russian nuclear warhead were to be fired from Moscow or from the mainland in Russia, it arcs over kind of the North Pole, comes down past Greenland to the U.S. That's a trajectory, and so at its highest point, the easiest point to shoot it down would be around Greenland. We do have a base there currently, so we do have a military presence in Greenland, I want to give a little more context. So everyone just thinks that this is a new thing. Go ahead, let's pull this up. So the U.S., this isn't the first time. Okay, so I don't know if anyone watches Patrick Bet-David, but he did a video on American expansionism back in the 1800s, leading into the 1900s, and really over the last 50, 60 years, we haven't had any expansionism. But here's a timeline, right?
1867, Andrew Johnson explored buying Greenland and Iceland right after Alaska. And then in World War II, FDR, the U.S. took over Greenland's defense while Denmark was occupied, right? Denmark couldn't do it. And here you have the 1951 agreement. Granted the U.S. the right to expand its military presence in Greenland far beyond the World War II levels. Then in 1946, President Truman offered $100 million in gold to buy it. Eisenhower to Kennedy, nonstop negotiation for bases, radar, and missiles. And then post-Cold War, with Clinton, Bush, and Obama, they expanded Arctic security and missile defense. And then in 2019, Trump said publicly where presidents discussed privately for 150 years that they wanted Greenland. So, this post here says Greenland equals Arctic power, shipping lanes, missiles, and minerals. I think the big one here, guys, is minerals. Alaska's got a bunch of oil. Florida's got a bunch of oil. Venezuela has a bunch of oil. But I think minerals, and to Rob's point, the proximity to Russia and hiding everything under a national security threat. That's what Trump's doing, right? Everything is national security threat, so you can bypass Congress. It doesn't have to get anything passed. That's what's happening. And so, I don't know, is the play to bet yes on 2027?
It seems though that the U.S. that Trump is very serious about this. I thought it was almost a joke when I first heard about it, and then a week ago, when I was like, "My God, this is going to happen," and so I would have to. I think the value at 20 cents is there. Whether it happens or not, I think that there will be negotiations. Maybe it falls apart. I look at it like, hey, you could have picked this up at sub 10 cents and made a 2x here, or potentially a 3x depending on when you picked it up.
My only issue, Rob, if you go down and you scroll down to the rules, it says will acquire. What if they just go in and annex it? Does that count?
That's what I'm saying. That's why they said acquire. They didn't say like
take it by all means.
Yeah, buy it. This is a. Now I don't think that the U.S. I think you're having political suicide if you go in and try to invade another NATO country.
Yeah, he would get.
Yeah, it's not the right move, right? There's the upside versus the downside is ugly. So taking it by force isn't going to happen. I think what you will see is Donald Trump threatening tariffs on everybody and anybody, and ultimately getting his way. Don't forget, Iran is in the economic situation it is currently because of all the sanctions and the financial situation that Iran is in is a direct effect of sanctions, of trade policies, of threatening enemy nations or nations that trade with Iran. And so if something were to happen similar as far as threats and rhetoric towards Denmark, I think you could see a scenario where Denmark's just like, hey, you know what? This isn't worth our time. Now, Greenland is a sovereign nation. They are not they're not part of Denmark, but they once were back in, all the way up until the 50s. And then they were essentially a territory or province territory. I don't know the exact words, but they've gotten their independence over time. But it's only been since like 2005. And so we've seen less than 20 years as a sovereign nation, but they still have very close ties to Denmark. Low population. I could see a scenario where the U.S. buys this. I like it at 20 cents. I would go 20 cents.
I got a question for you guys. Let's say Denmark's not fine, but you got to trade a state. Would you trade the state of Maine for Greenland?
Yeah. Take Washington State, please. You got fruit, apples, and like wine, so the agriculture, will be missed.
Maine got lobsters.
But you know what?
What about I don't know, North Carolina?
I like North Carolina. Tar Heels.
What does it do though? other than produce Michael Jordan.
Give him Oregon.
Yeah, they produce a lot of state troopers out there.
I like
drive through North Carolina, you will get pulled over on the highway, just guaranteed.
That's funny.
All right, so I wanted to shift this conversation. So real quick, are you guys taking yes or no on Greenland? I'm taking a yes at 26.
Yeah, the odds are there. I'll take a yes.
I'm the same. Trump's a baller.
Yeah, everyone's on yes. Okay,
yes,
cool.
yeah.
All right, so I want to get into Logan Paul, his Pikachu Illustrator sale price. Okay, so if you're not familiar, Logan Paul had famously bought the Pikachu Illustrator. It was quite some years ago. I don't know when the date was, but it's been a while. It's projected to sell at $13 million. Okay, this to put that into perspective, the highest selling individual card was a sports card with Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant. It was a Topps Upper Deck something. It was a more of a recent card. Anyways, that one sold for $12 million. Highest sports card sale ever. Now, this one's projected for 13. Current bidding is up on Golden Auctions here. So if you go to Golden Auctions, you pull this up. It's right there, front and center is the card. Here's the Illustrator. You can go to bid now. It is at currently $5 million, $5.1 million. This one is going till the end of the month, so we got another 26 days. So this one will end halfway through February. On February 15th is when it is expired. But a lot of money coming into this. You might say $5.1 million is a lot of money, but hold on. The biggest sale for a Pokemon Illustrator card or any Pokemon card, the highest sale was $5.2 million for another Illustrator, which was sold to a Japanese businessman. So that one was back in 2020. So a lot more value, a lot more interest in Pokemon currently. We would expect the price to be far exceeding the previous sale price of the $5 million, which was 6 years ago at this point. I think $10 million is in the bank on this one.
Agreed.
I think $10 million is in the bank. Taking a look here. So this one is the previous sale price. This one was back in, it's February 2022. So $5.25 million, February 22. It had a PSA rating of 10, which is basically the condition of the card, bent corners, all that, perfect condition. Logan Paul's is also a PSA 10 version as well. And, the Pikachu Illustrator has only 39 to 41 known copies. It was something that was given out. And the PSA 10 examples are in the single digits. So the ones that they have found have been, not taken care of, weren't in mint condition. So there's only single digits. I don't know what that means, but
that's like a PSA 1 or like a PSA 7 or like a PSA 8.
Yeah,
as opposed to being a PSA 10.
Yeah, no, what I'm saying is there's less than 10 PSA 10 copies out there.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, I used to collect
rare
Pokemon cards myself, and so I know that this card is a super special, like I don't know what you would say. It's like a relic. So having this card and having it a PSA 10 especially is like he's gonna make a lot of money off of this card. 10 million is I think the least he'll get for it.
Yeah. So to take a look at the odds here. You have, so these are more than, so, will it be more than 10 million, 78 cents? And the interesting is if you think it cross over 15 million, you have a 27 cent buy there. As mentioned, that would be 3 times the cost of the last highest selling Illustrator card. Seems like a reach. I don't know if the value is there at 15 million, but I mean, I don't know, man. This is getting a lot of press. It's early in the bidding. There's still, another damn near month to go. And, how high could it get? Could a baller come in just to have their name on a headline? I think so. Also, the biggest sale before was 12 million, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I think the line is spot on, man. I think the 13 million is probably where it's going to land.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think that he'll make less than $10 million on that card.
But my question is do you find value in this 15 million?
I don't think it'll get there. I think it'll stay in that 13 to 14 range. I don't think it'll push above 14,000. To be honest.
Now, guys, listen to this, okay? Now, we know there's some people who manipulate things, right? But imagine that you're at like 14.8 and some guy comes in, hedges his bets the yes on 15 plus mil, and I don't know, they get more of a bidding war, and I don't know.
Bro, after taxes, and then on top of that, you're not gonna be able to resell it, right? For a while. And then even then, if you buy that thing for 15 million, I mean, from a purely investment standpoint, if you're making an argument that you buy it at 14 million, at 15 plus million, put in a Polymarket bet, I don't see it, dude. Taxes plus the likelihood that you're stuck with it for years, and the likelihood is that you buy it at 15 million. I would say you're probably going to sell it at 8 or 9 because Logan Paul will get 15 million, but the buyer who isn't Logan Paul isn't going to get 15 million when he sells it.
I mean,
so
if
you're
any
in
more than $1 million on a paper card, then I think you're just stupid.
Yeah, but like, these are obviously investments, right? And so like if this card, if I had the means to, if I had 2 million in the bank and I could buy this card for 2 million, I'd buy it. Right? Because I know I could turn around and sell it.
Yeah, for $2 million, though.
That's what I'm saying. For 2 million. But you're saying you spend over $1 million on a car, you're stupid.
Right.
I think it depends, right? If you look at it from an investment standpoint, if this card was $2 million, I'd buy it. If it meant I had to sit on it for a while, I know I'm gonna get the return on investment. Now, from an investment perspective, if you buy it for 15 million, I think the reason it would get to 15 million is off of the back of Logan Paul's name.
Yeah, finding another way to get it to make more money off of that is hard.
Yeah. So I think the buyer ultimately, if they spend more than, I would say, $8 million on it, they're going to have a hard time selling it for
any more.
Yes, because they don't have the Logan Paul's name in the headline. Because when Logan Paul came out on social media, said, "Hey guys, I'm finally parting ways with my illustrator," that was headline news on its own.
Yeah.
And so when the next buyer comes out and says, "Hey guys, I'm parting my," nobody gonna give a fuck.
Yeah, nobody cares.
You know what I'm saying?
I'll buy it off you for $2 million.
Yeah. No. Yeah. So I mean, it'll still hold its value because they only sell. There's only so many of them. So I mean, I don't think if you picked it up for anything less than 7 million, I think you'll make money. When you get past 8 million is when I don't know if you're going to turn a profit afterwards for the secondary buyer.
Yeah, I agree.
But from me betting perspective, 15 million doesn't look bad, bro. I can see this thing getting out of control, getting a lot of headlines, and then breaking records. Logan Paul coming out, hyping it up. You get maybe another streamer with money. Maybe an Andrew Tate comes in, says,
Andrew
"Hey,
Tate.
I'm gonna buy this." I don't know, dude. There's a lot of big celebrities out here that might want to make a splash. I think it's a terrible investment at that price, but I think somebody might just want the headlines, might want the clout, might want to say, "Hey, look
That's
at
what
me.
I have.
I'm a baller. $15 million ain't shit for me, right?"
Yeah.
Bugatti's 30 million.
No, here's what Andrew Tate would say: "Nobody gives a fuck about Pokemon G." Anyways, I got my penny pincher here. I want to give it to you guys. So here's interesting one. Next country the U.S. strikes. Okay, I don't know why Syria is number one, but the two that makes
Always bombing Syria.
that's true. I'm not laughing. The one that there's two. I think number one is Mexico, and now guys, the rules here are The market will resolve according to the first country against which the U.S. initiates a drone, missile, or airstrike on the soil or any official embassy or consulate after the time of this creation. Mexico, we know he's been talking about the cartels and this and that. I think Mexico, and I think one where Trump would get a W in terms of his image is Nigeria because of what's happening with all the Christians out there. So I think these are both at a penny. They're a little over a penny, 1.2 cents on Nigeria.
I like the Mexico one. I like. Yeah, he's been talking about
Mexico. They got cartels and the fentanyls rushing up the border.
Yeah, they're.
But look at that, $100 if you bet Mexico, $4,500 returns to you in the form of United States dollars.
What's the timeline? When's this one end?
Whichever one happens first.
Whichever one happens first.
Yep. So if they do Iran, and obviously then Mexico would lose. Iran, I mean, it's not a bad one either. 7.8 cents, $100 gets you back a G.
They were confirmed to be en route to bombing Iran, and then they
Called it
withdrew.
off. Yeah.
And that one was off of Israel requesting to not strike Iran because one, they were out of position, and so was the U.S. So
Somalia
the
leads
U.S.
the way.
was regrouping. I would not be surprised to see a strike on Iran. I think that one is probably, good value. Obviously, Syria, something that we.
What about Somalia? You think he's so mad at the daycares in Minnesota, he's just gonna just go to Somalia? Or?
There's no chance of
The
Somalia.
daycare.
Is Somalia on there?
Yeah, it's the favorite, dude. 71 cents.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, look at this. Somalia,
That's Somalia.
and then Syria, Iran, then Yemen.
Yemen.
Yemen's another one is like Syria. Like, when do we ever stop bombing Yemen? Yeah. So I don't know. Somalia is interesting, but I don't know. I think Mexico. Do all three: Iran, Mexico, and Nigeria, and one of them hits. You're
Nigeria
banking.
ain't happening, bro.
You don't think so?
No, there's
Maybe.
no chance that one happens.
Yeah,
How would they do that?
they are doing a bunch of bad stuff down there.
All right, well, you got any other plays there?
I'm good. I don't have nothing else.
All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it for today's episode of Yes No Markets. Do us a favor. Let us know what you're betting on, if there's anything you disagreed with in our picks, or if there's one that stands out for you. We're pretty new, so if you put something in the comments as far as your picks, we'll probably discuss it because we don't have a large catalog of comments to go through. So with that said, we'll see you on the next time. We'll also subscribe. And stay tuned. We will have more videos coming out, also more live streams. And until next time, peace.